Yes, people, guess what we are? We are back. We are Chrono Trigger Ing. We are Morrow. I gave you guys enough time to try and figure it out. I'm just gonna lay it out flat for you here. That's the theme. At least for the beginning of V2, end of V1 here. We are finishing up the story. The last half here is going to have us going back to the past. Pretty cool. And I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into the story spoiler section because we're getting deep in the story today. We got a lot to do. In this particular recording session, I did all of the past quests, which is a pretty big quest line. It's like a three-pronged quest line and all that. And you can see here, I made pretty good time because I'm making stupid mistakes like going to the wrong place already. And this is still only an hour, so. Ooh, I went to wrong Glen Castletown. This is just regular Glen, but you don't have to go here. What you're gonna do, once you have regained your human form, you go to the question mark, question mark, question mark at the bottom, and that'll take you to the in-game version 1 area. So I hope everybody is having a good day, whatever day I upload this on, whatever day that happens to fall onto. Um, I am doing well. I am very tired because I just woke up and I didn't sleep a lot, but I usually don't sleep a lot, so I'm used to it just with my little coffee and whatnot. It's not too big of a deal. You can vibe in whatever area you are put in your 20s, I believe. I am getting out of that area where everything just comes naturally to me and I can do anything I put my mind to. So it is really time to lock in. Which is another reason I'm doing this. It's community, it's the grind set, it's getting better each day. And this way I can quantify it, I can track myself. It is also a reason for me to buy all this cool cosplay stuff because I will be hopping on camera every once in a while. That's my favorite part about MMOs in general, the dress up aspect. I do like to cosplay a lot, as you guys have seen as characters that I enjoy in media. So we'll be doing that throughout this playthrough for sure. Look out for the streams on Twitch. Once again, I will be going live with the end of version 1. I already have gone live with the end of version 1, I should say. So this part has all been done live on Twitch. And the next part I will do live on Twitch as this character. It will be very fun. You have to come. You're required. You've made it this far in the video, which means you're locked in. The problem is I don't know when it's gonna happen. So just, lurk my Twitch for hours on end at 3 a.m. It's most likely when I'm gonna do it, like around 3 a.m. That's when my house is empty because my bro has a night job, good old graveyard shift. So luckily, I'm not gonna be bothering anybody around 3 a.m., which is good for me. We're getting thick into the intro cutscene here. I will go ahead and stop stalling on the intro and just explain the story spoilers. I'm gonna go very light on story spoilers so you guys can kind of enjoy this tale that we have. It's pretty self-explanatory, honestly. There's a couple details that you're gonna miss just because of it being in Japanese, so I'll fill those in when I can. But it's a pretty simple story here in the past. So basically, guys, like the bridge that we built with Hollow's help didn't work, so we need a ship. but the shipmaker's ancestors died doing the shipmaking trial, right? And the plot line here is that this guy's ancestor, his dad, the shipmaker's dad here, is also dead. He is fatherless, unless his dad's the king. I forget. I forget. Um, but yeah, he doesn't have a good male role model to look up to, so he's kind of a little shit. He's also very young, and he has to become the boatwright, being young and weak, because like there is no other heir right now who has the power, who has the bloodline of the shipwright. So because of that, how history goes without our help is he's gonna do the trial and he's gonna die. And he's a little shit, so no one will help him. But that's where we come in. We are the hero, the plotline objector. So we object that future, and we are going to help him through all three of his little trials because he has to go all across the country of Glen and do three trials in order to become a boatwright. And over time, we'll learn about his trauma as a child. We'll learn about a little bit of history about the sages who help you become boatwrights. They'll be learning. They'll be learning to had to had. Wow. I promise my language is gonna improve. That's all I can promise. Right now it's kind of ass. Let me get some more coffee. But yeah, that's the story in its most part here. We're gonna be introduced to the prince quite soon here. This is the king. Let me see if I can decipher this name. It's a she something. Let me see. Shio Shio something. Shioda Shiodo Shiodora Shiodora. And this is the shipwright. This is the guy we're helping here. As you can see, he's already being a little shit. I think right in this cutscene, they're just telling him he's not ready. Um, and he is rejecting that plot line. He's gonna become boatwright. He's very dedicated to what he's doing. He's just very weak and very incompetent. It is a relatable story. I think we've all been there to some extent, you know, like we've all wanted a dream very badly. We've all had very lofty goals at some point. And our power, our influence just wasn't enough to take what we wanted. And he's very young. I imagine you can be whatever age when you come across this roadblock, but he's very young to simulate the helplessness of this scenario. No matter how old you are, it can seem very helpless when you reach a roadblock of any nature. So we're going to his room to comfort him a little bit here. And guys, today I have some knowledge to impart on you. I have a few Reddit stories. I got a few things. So the first thing we're going to talk about is autistic traits. And I like talking about this because it relates to me. I don't want to say a very young age, but at like a medium age. I don't know if that's a thing. I was diagnosed with Asperger's, and then later in life, of course, I got the paranoid schizophrenia thing going on. But I still identify as on the spectrum. In my opinion, we all have certain autistic traits. But over here, I'm just going to talk about some autistic traits that you can have that seem quote unquote normal. I'm doing like the hand quotes here, so you can imagine me doing the peace sign, you know. Scrunching my fingers. Is scrunching a word? Do people use scrunching? I feel like that's a good question. So this was the guy's father here. As you can see, he is without father figure anymore. It is very sad. I don't think we actually get to see his face. Oh yeah, and the big ass fireball in the beginning. You guys are probably curious about that. Yeah, that is basically the god in the temple that we're trying to go to that is plaguing this realm. And we're gonna take care of that guy too. He's like a god of fire, basically. I think his name's like it's not Rasburn. It's not Rasburn. I forget. It might be Rasburn. It might be Rasburn, but nevertheless, it's not that important. The fire god is pillaging the town, as you could see from that first cutscene. I didn't talk about that too much, but it's a thing. It's not really a story spoiler, so I'm not gonna bother editing the section to make it unbearably long. We're just gonna move on with that. Okay. You guys get the picture. I don't need to explain it too much to you. I'm giving you guys a lot of agency. I'm assuming a lot of your intelligence. I hope you respect that and don't leave a stupid comment. I'm not gonna delete it. I'm just gonna, just gonna look at it and just be disappointed in you, just like your father. So we're starting this quest here. Our guy is going out and making a name for himself. Past Glen Castletown is structured the exact same as the future Glen Castletown. It's just got a lot more amenities. A lot more. A lot less amenities. A lot more amenities are in the Castletown of the future, which makes sense. But you get the necessities here. And this past area is only going to be the country of Glen. So, no worries about having a huge. Oh, that was my alarm. Sorry about that. No worries about having a huge area to deal with. It's about 4 or 5 different maps. And you actually can't warp back to any Astoltia places from here. You have to take the train again. Which makes this area very hard to come back to, but there is, I think, like one quest in the future you need to come back here for. There's not many. Oh, that was a disgusting fart. That was a squeeze your butt cheeks one. I hope you didn't hear that. Or maybe you will. Maybe the farts give me more views. Who knows? Experimentation. We will never know if we don't. Oh my gosh, that is a stinky one. That is a stinky one. Anyways, autistic traits. As I was saying, I was going to get into literally like 5 minutes ago. I get distracted very easily. This is why I love having a podcast with myself because I can go on tangents and no one can call me on my bullshit. It's just all me, It's all me just shooting the shit with you guys. It's pretty fun. It's pretty relaxing. I like doing this in the morning to relax my jaws. And I'm training to get rid of all of my ums, ahs, and likes. So I feel like this is a good like starter for me so that in my conversations daily I don't fall into that habit. I can sort of like set my foundation while I'm talking to myself in the morning. I think it's a good idea, and I think it's been working out, baby. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the content. It's gonna be here no matter what. So if you don't like it, hopefully it'll get better. But I'm not going away. Not going away. I'm not fucking leaving. I'm not fucking leaving.